The tiny Persian Gulf state of Qatar is in a feud with Saudi Arabia and some of its other neighbors over alleged support of extremists and terrorism. This is a tricky problem for President Trump. Why? Well, it's tricky because President Trump essentially wants to be on both sides of this dispute. He wants to side with Saudi Arabia and its neighbors in taking on a source of terrorist funding or an alleged source of terrorist funding, but he also wants to maintain good relations with Qatar because it's become a very important hub for U.S. military operations in the Middle East. This story broke out over the last couple of days when Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates all broke ties with Qatar, essentially saying it has been financing terrorist groups, terrorist leaders, Islamic extremist groups who want to undermine the existing stability in the region and want to undermine some of the very governments that have taken action here. Why did this happen now? Because this has been a source of tension between Qatar and its neighbors for a long time. Well, President Trump is essentially saying, I made it happen now. He said in a tweet that this was a result of conversations he had with these other states when he was in Saudi Arabia a couple of weeks ago and talked about cutting off terror financing, and says Qatar was a big topic of those conversations. So he's essentially saying, I made this happen now. Here's the tricky part. Qatar is, in fact, a place that has probably supported extremist groups over the years, but it's also become the hub of the U.S. military's operations in the Persian Gulf and much of the Middle East. The Al Ubaid Air Base in Qatar has become the central operating point in the Persian Gulf for the Central Command, the part of the U.S. military that takes care of the Middle East. It's a base for thousands of American soldiers. It has American aircraft. It also has a lot of military equipment pre-positioned there for use in a crisis in the Middle East. Is that all replaceable? Could another place be found? Possibly. The United Arab Emirates has talked about being that alternative site, but the U.S. military likes its position in Qatar. It likes the location. It likes the facilities. It would like to continue that relationship, but that just became a lot trickier.